Hey everyone, Danny Jose here, DIY guy with another do-it-yourself video, and this time it's to fix the F70 error message that appears on your washing machine. So what caused this error for us was somebody, not mentioning any names, but somebody when they were doing a wash decided to load up the comforter, a bunch of towels, and it really was a really heavy weighted wash, and it probably burnt out what's called the motor controller, and I'll show you how to replace that or check that. But I'm going to show you how to fix the F70. So what happens is it's the motor controller has a safety mechanism that shuts it off, and it causes that F70. Now there are other reasons why that could be caused, but the manual says it was pointing to the motor controller. So I went ahead and disassembled the washing machine, and I'll show you how to take apart the motor controller and then look for a replacement part. But surprisingly, I'm going to show you that you should check the motor controller first, because mine, when I went to test it just to make sure it was actually burnt or broken, I assembled it again like you see there, and I turned on the washing machine and it actually worked. So it probably needed a reset. So I checked out the board and it didn't look like it was burned, anything was burnt on that. So luckily I didn't have to actually replace the motor controller. So to get to the motor controller, you'll need to unscrew these two bottom screws there, one on the right, one on the left, and then you can take the cover plate off. You'll want to do some basic troubleshooting first. So what I usually check is the washer filter, and that's that. So you unscrew that counterclockwise, and I usually use a long nose plier just because it's a little tight. So I'll unscrew that counterclockwise just to make sure that the error is not caused by this this washer filter. Now when you screw this counterclockwise, be ready to with a dry vac, so just in case there's water still left in there, you'll be ready to suck that out. So you unscrew that, and I'll usually find like hair ties and stuff like that, so I'll clean this ever so often, but you want to make sure the error is not caused by this washer filter. So now that you confirm that that didn't cause the error, let's go ahead and disassemble this controller board. So the first thing you need to do is there's this flap in the front here that you just kind of pop open, and you just kind of pull out a little bit and that'll pop open, and you'll see at the top part here there's a clip. I work from top to bottom, so there's a clip there, and you just basically take a flathead screwdriver, take your long nose pliers, and because it's really hard to get in there with your fingers, and that just kind of pops out. And then the next one, there's two clips on the left side of these connectors, and it's these two right there. Now you'll need both hands for this. You'll take the left hand and just take your fingers and push towards the connector, and then take a long nose plier and with the other hand and just pull it out as you're pushing towards the clip, and that should pop out. Okay, now that it's popped out, you can see that there's two clips. So basically the clips, you push down towards the clip, and then it kind of releases the connector. See these two clips there. So the next one you want to do is you'll need long nose pliers again for this. You'll see that it's there's basically a clip that you have to squeeze right there. So you take your long nose pliers and just basically excuse the hair there, but yeah, there's the clip, and then you kind of just squeeze and then pull out. Make sure you squeeze that clip, and then that just kind of pulls out. There you go.
The next one is the same method. You just push down on the clip and that pops out. Once you pop that out, the wire is connected by this plastic tie here. So you'll want to cut this plastic tie. I have these wire cutters, so just be careful when you're cutting this. Make sure you're not cutting the wire. And once you've taken that the wire off the wire tie, you can now easily just take out this controller board. To do that, you'll need to slide the board off, and it's just really attached. It's just clipped on to the bottom of the washer. So you just basically wiggle it out. If it's a little tight, just wiggle it out and just slide it towards you, and that should pop out. Now that you have the box casing loose, you can take that out completely. And you'll see that there's the motherboard that's attached by the two clips here. And you basically squeeze the clips on either side, and then that just the board just slides out. Now I went and checked the board, and it doesn't look like there's any blown area or burnt areas there, so it doesn't look damaged. I'm going to go ahead and put it back together and just test it out just one more time.
So before you order a new motor controller, so disassemble it, take out the motor control board, plug it all back in, turn on the power on your power breakers. Remember, turn on and off your power breakers so you don't have electricity coming through your washing machine. But turn it back on, check it. So I checked it with mine. I turned the power back on, and then I press start. And at this point, usually the water wouldn't go in, but the lock mechanism went on. And then as you can tell, the water's loading up. So it's actually working now. So there you go. I didn't have to replace the motor control board. But again, if you had to, you can order it on eBay. You can order it from Amazon as well. I've seen on Amazon the motor control for the Kenmore or Whirlpool, they're about the same part, but they're about $300 to $500. So on eBay, I've seen it listed for about $80 to $100 Canadian if you're willing to wait for the shipping. It takes about a week to ship, but luckily for me, I don't have to replace my motor controller, and that's the fix. So hope that helps out, hope it worked out for you, and that this video has helped out. If you like this video, please do subscribe. Thanks.